Okay, pause on YouTube. What's up? How's it going, everybody? Have for y'all today the team builder for week 4 of the APA. Now, I know there's no face cam for this team builder, mainly because I just narrated my week 3 match and the video was so terribly out of sync, and I don't want to turn off my PC, restart it just to turn it off, because I'm gonna go lay down after this and I just want to go ahead and get this out of the way. So yeah, I hope you guys don't mind that this is just there's not gonna be face cam for this team builder, but typically if this is the first team builder you're watching from me, I do like to use or do face cam. So yeah, for future team builders there will be face cam, just this one there's not going to be face cam, so I hope you guys don't mind. But yeah, if you guys want to see us getting tossed for week 3 of the APA, a link to that should be down in the description or somewhere on the video for you guys to go check out. And this week we are facing one of my best friends up here on YouTube, and that is going to be the man that's never lost, supposedly, except to us in P4G, the man known as Kyle A, aka Kyle Bay. Definitely check him out, guys. Channel link is going to be down in the description. He recently hit 10K, and that's a pretty big milestone, so super happy for my homeboy there. Definitely check him out if you guys do not know who he is. Very entertaining when it comes to him narrating or doing live commentary. So yeah, as you can see on the bottom left hand corner, that is going to be our team matchup. Of course, if you guys do enjoy the team builder, make sure to hit that thumbs up button down below and let me know in the comment section below what you think about our matchup, or what you think we could have possibly brought different. Actually, let me know what you possibly would have brought to this matchup, and maybe it'll be the same as what we're bringing, or it could have been a little bit different. I don't know, let me know though. So looking at the team matchup, the top 6 Pokemon, or of course what I'm mainly expecting for my boy Kyle to want to bring. Like, the main thing about this matchup, the good thing about this matchup actually, is that this is nowhere near as bad as our matchup was against Kyle in the P4G. So we have a bit more leeway and a bit more wiggle room in this matchup, which is super nice. However, though, he does have the Randy special from GBA D League with the Tapu Koko, Hawlucha, and Mega Scizor. Now, I almost kind of don't expect them to want to bring Mega Scizor, because we have a Donphan that can easily run Fire Fang, and then we have Rotom Heat, which Rotom Heat absolutely just counters Scizor. So that's why I kind of don't think he's going to want to bring it. But if he does bring it, then that means he most likely is not bringing one of the other top 4 Mons. Like, I definitely expect Seismitoad. Seismitoad should be coming to this match because that is a Stealth Rocker. Porygon 2, I think, definitely has to come, because it's really his only switching to specially offensive Primarina, to Spec Swallow, to Rotom Heat, and to Hydreigon. Also, I think he's going to want to bring Trace as opposed to Download, because if he traces our Serene Grace from Jirachi and he has the Thunder Wave, which I fully expect, not Thunder Wave, sorry, but if he has Discharge, which I fully expect, he's got a 60% chance to get a Paralysis, so it's going to be very annoying. Darmanitan is honestly really annoying in this matchup. Like, I'm really scared of potentially Banded Darmanitan, but Scarf Darmanitan makes a lot of sense in this game, so I expect him to want to bring that. And then I think he's either going to want to bring Weezing or the Mega Scizor. I don't expect him to want to bring both. Like, Weezing and Mega Scizor kind of do the same thing in this matchup. If he is going to bring Scizor, then I expect it to be a more defensive set as opposed to an offensive set, although if it is SD, then that could be a little bit scary if it sets up late game. But Weezing could easily just come with Rocky Helmet, potentially T-Spikes if for some reason he doesn't expect us to bring the Mega Beedrill. But I really don't expect Haxorus, the Alolan Persian, Serena, or the Reuniclus, just because the other 7 Mons can do a lot better than the last 4 Mons. But it could be very likely that he wants to bring Serena or the Alolan Persian. Haxorus really isn't a problem because I've brought Scarf Tauros quite a few times. Scarf Hydreigon outspeeds it, Scarf Jirachi outspeeds it, and even Scarf Manchow outspeeds it. So I really don't expect my mascot Haxorus to come to this game. But yeah, with that being said, let's go ahead and jump into the first team member that we have here. We got good old Bugs Bunny, aka the Diggersby. The main reason why Diggersby is on this team is because this is my 100% answer to the Tapu Koko that he does have. Tapu Koko is absolutely terrifying. However, though, between Diggersby, like AV Donphan, and potentially AV Tangrowth, Tapu Koko should not be that big of an issue. Like, part of me really expects him to want to bring Nature's Madness just to be able to break through potentially Assault Vest Donphan or Assault Vest Tangrowth. I fully expect them to think that I'm going to bring either Assault Vest Donphan or Assault Vest Tangrowth. So I'm really hoping that he won't see Assault Vest Diggersby coming, which personally I don't think that would be a set to run with Donphan and Tangrowth both being able to run Assault Vest. So I'm hoping that this will be able to catch him off guard. Our EV investment here allows us to never get 3-hit KO'd by Tapu Koko. I think it's actually, without rocks, he can 3-hit KO us, but it's a really low chance depending on if he's Life Orb or not. And I don't think that he can run Modest in this matchup because he needs Timid to ensure outspeeding our Swellow here, which Swellow could easily come to this matchup. Like, Spec Swellow is a giant offensive threat to his team outside of Porygon too if it is Spadef bulky. So I do fully expect them to want to bring a timid Tapu Koko. So that is mainly what I'm prepping for. But worst case is like he's timid or Modest Life Orb, which I don't think he would want to bring Life Orb. Like, I really think that Grazinium Z into Nature's Madness or Nature's Madness into Grazinium C Grass Knot from Tapu Koko is definitely the way to go, because that just fully beats Assault Vest Donphan. So yeah, that's kind of my thought behind that. Fire Punch, of course, is solely for the Mega Scizor. Regardless of the variant of Mega Scizor, we will always 2-hit KO that, which is going to be absolutely amazing. Earthquake is very spammable against his entire team except for the Weezing, which if he does bring Weezing, then again I expect it to be potentially Rocky Helmet for our Tauros, our Mega Beedrill, physically offensive Jirachi or physically offensive Swellow, and physically offensive Manchow as well. So yeah, Rocky Helmet Weezing would make a lot of sense in this matchup. Wild Charge though is really nice because if we can get this on the terrain, then he's gonna have to switch into terrain boosted Wild Charges, which is pretty awesome, and that can definitely do a lot of damage. So the way I built this team is that there is absolutely no way that Hawlucha should be able to get a free Swords Dance up against us. So that's kind of my game plan going into this match. Hawlucha late game can literally just bend us over and destroy whatever we want to bring. So Hawlucha is the main giant issue, and then it's going to be Tapu Koko, Darmanitan, and potentially SD Mega Scizor if he does bring SD Mega Scizor, or he could just bring defensive Mega Scizor. Then we have a Facade, which is super nice because if I'm in a position of where I don't really have a good switch into Weezing, then I can switch in Diggersby and he's going to activate our Facade when he goes for the Will-O-Wisp. And if you look at his team, he doesn't have a Ghost type. And even if we are burned, Fire Punch should still be doing a decent little chunk of damage to the Scizor. So I can kind of just spam Facade boosted stabbed. Hold up. What? I can I can spam stab boosted, status boosted Facades against his entire draft, which can be really handy. So yeah, the speed with a Jolly Nature is just in case he wants to try and speed creep non-speedy V Diggersby. I know that's kind of going a little bit out of my way, but I would rather be very safe than to be sorry essentially with the set. Like, Diggersby is really important in this matchup because I literally just need this to stick around for the Tapu Koko. Because if I lose this, then Tapu Koko could potentially run a muck through our entire team. So yeah, Diggersby is very important in this matchup. Next off, we have Umaga the Donphan. Unfortunately, again, running a physically defensive set because I've mentioned this before. The nature of this draft, unlike my GBA D-League draft, it kind of forces Donphan to need to run that physically defensive role like 8 or 9 times out of 10, which does kind of suck. Like, offensive Donphan is absolutely amazing. However, though, physically defensive Donphan is also really good. So the cool thing about Donphan Donphan in this matchup is that with the Rocky helmet, again, shouts out to my boys in the front office and shouts out to my Bullet Punch Club homies that did help me build for this matchup. But the great thing about physically defensive Donphan in this game is that with Rocky helmet, we can absolutely punish the Darmanitan. Yeah, I think Flare Blitz is a slight 2-hit KO depending on damage rolls and if he is Choice Scarf. Actually, I think just Choice Scarf Darmanitan could potentially 2-hit KO Donphan with Flare Blitz, which is kind of disgusting if you really think about it. But it's going to be taking so much recoil damage with Rocky helmets and Flare Blitz, which is not even funny. Like, it's gonna be weakened so badly. And going into this match, my Donphan is going to be the lead at least 9 times out of 10. Like, if I see that he has Darmanitan and or Scizor, or if he's got one of the two, I'm more or less going to expect those two. But if he has Darmanitan, I fully expect that to be his lead, so we can lead Donphan, hopefully get up our Stealth Rocks turn 1, and then from there just play out the turns and see what happens. Earthquake is, again, just really spammable against his team except for that Wheezing, which even though we don't do anything to Wheezing, it's not that big of an issue because the main reason I need Donphan in this matchup is to just stop the Darmanitan. We can also Ice Shard the Hawlucha to potentially pick it off. We can Ice Shard the Haxorus to potentially finish it off. Roar, actually, hold on, no, yeah, okay, so this set is a little bit messed up. This should be Roar, not Rapid Spin. Hold on, why do I have Roar? What? Okay, so yeah, that is my fault, guys, but this should be Roar and not Rapid Spin. I'm going to make sure to change that before Kyle and I play next week. So yeah, ignore Rapid Spin there. This should be Roar. Roar is really named because let's say Hawlucha tries to come in against my Donphan and he thinks that I can do nothing to him with Donphan, then as he tries to go potentially for a substitute, a bulk up, or a Swordsdance, we can just go ahead and phase him out, which is really nice. So yeah, Donphan is a nice backup answer to the Hawlucha, and if we're close to max HP, we can live a +2 high jump kick or acrobatics, and that's going to be absolutely amazing. Next off, we have Mega Beedrill, aka Stinger, and we are rocking the Toxic Spikes. So the main reason I would like Toxic Spikes in this matchup is that it affects literally everything except for the Wheezing, Tapu Koko, and Mega Scizor, which is 3 out of his 11 Mons, which means if he doesn't bring all 3 on one team, or if he brings only 2 of the 3, then that means I will be able to affect at least 2/3 of the team with Toxic Spikes, which is absolutely amazing. We are running enough speed to outspeed a Tapu Koko. Knockoff is going to be absolutely amazing to get rid of the Violite on the Porygon 2, potentially a Rocky Helmet on Wheezing, maybe a Rindo Berry or leftovers on the Seismitoad. Although, yeah, Wheezing and or Scizor are very good switch-ins to this Mega Beedrill. If I predict them to come in, I can U-turn out against them and gain some type of momentum. But I really do not expect them to want to bring Scarf Tapu Koko since we have 2 decent ground types in this match. So Scarf Tapu Koko, in my opinion, realistically would not make a lot of sense, honestly. So I don't at all expect that, and a Poison Jab is very spammable against this team. If we're able to phase out the Hawlucha as it comes back in, it's not going to have the double speed, so Mega Beedrill will be able to easily outspeed it. So yeah, Mega Beedrill is just mainly here to be a momentum gainer. We can revenge kill things, and T-Spikes could be absolutely phenomenal to wear down Porygon 2 mainly, but also wear down everything else that is not Wheezing, Mega Scizor, or Hawlucha. So our next team member here, we have Jose the Jirachi running a nice, modest max special attack set with the Choice Scarf. With the Choice Scarf, we have enough speed to outspeed a non-scarfed max speed Timid or Jolly Tapu Koko, which can be very, very nice because Jirachi in this matchup can be an absolutely phenomenal revenge killer. We do have the hidden power Fire to be able to easily 2-hit KO Scizor if it does turn out to be potentially a more bulky set without Swords Dance, or as long as he doesn't have knockoff, we can always guarantee 2-hit KO Mega Scizor, which is absolutely amazing. U-turn is just there so we can gain some type of momentum from it if I do predict them to want to switch out. And then Trick is honestly here mainly for the Reuniclus, but if he does bring Porygon 2 and we're not able to knock it off with our Mega Beedrill, then being able to trick the Scarf onto Porygon 2 is going to be absolutely amazing. But for the most part, Trick is just really here for the Reuniclus. I honestly don't expect them to want to bring Reuniclus because we do have Mega Beedrill, which Mega Beedrill can just spam U-turn against Reuniclus, and it just gives me free momentum. Plus we do have Hydreigon, so if he's got Tanga Berry and we bring Hydreigon, then Reuniclus can't deal with Hydreigon. Or if he's got the Colbur Berry for Hydreigon, he doesn't have the Tanga Berry for our Mega Beedrill. So yeah, that's kind of the idea behind this set. The speed, again, is just so we can outspeed Tapu Koko with our Scarf, and then the rest is dumped into our HP stat so we can try and take hits as well as possible. If I'm not mistaken, at full HP we can live a +2 high jump kick after rocks, I think, depending on if he is adamant or jolly. So we will see how things go there. But Jirachi, much like Mega Beedrill, is just kind of here to gain momentum and revenge kill, and then if we need to go for trick like T-Spikes on Mega Beedrill, then we will be able to go for that to cripple something, or just make something not be as big of an issue. And if for some reason we actually we can for some reason try and find out if like something has a Z move. I think his Z move mons are Haxorus and the Tapu Koko. So yeah, if he expects us to just go for like an Iron Hand and he brings in Tapu Koko and we try to go for trick and it fails, then we'll know it's Z move. So that could be some very valuable information, and same thing goes for Haxorus. So our next team member here, we have our boy Tomas the Tangrowth. Not Thomas, you never call this Thomas, this is Tomas. Tomas the Tangrowth running the absolute heat with Shockwave. And this right here is the main set I just hope is able to really throw Kyle off guard. So you guys see the Colbur Berry. Colbur Berry, for those of you who don't know, is the flying type weakening berry. So even if Hawlucha gets up to +2 attack, there is no way that a Acrobatics will be able to OHKO us, in which case we can then go for the Shockwave to potentially knock out the Hawlucha after Stealth Rocks if we are in the electric terrain. Because from what I've seen from his videos, he doesn't typically run any type of bulk on his Hawlucha. So if he's not running any bulk on Hawlucha, then that means that after Stealth Rock, Shockwave has a really good shot to be able to just straight OHKO Hawlucha, which is absolutely amazing. Even if we are not in the electric terrain, Shockwave still does, I believe, like 60 or almost 70-ish% around that range of damage, which is really nice. And if the electric terrain is gone and I can't potentially knock him out with the Shockwave, we do have Rock Tomb, which Rock Tomb is really nice in this match because we can lower the speed of Haxorus if it tries to Dragon Dance in the front of my Tangrowth. We can lower the speed of the Alolan Persian potentially if he wants to bring it. We can lower the speed of Tapu Koko as well, which is absolutely amazing. Hidden Power Fire is legitimately only for Mega Scizor. If need be, we can try and easily 2-hit KO Mega Scizor depending on how Spadef bulky it really is. And Giga Drain is honestly only for the Seismitoad. Like if he didn't have Seismitoad on this team, then I probably wouldn't even be running Giga Drain. I would probably have like Sleep Powder, because if worse came to worse, we could try and Sleep Powder Hawlucha if anything. But for the most part, I'm really hoping that Shockwave will be able to do the job to be able to knock out the Hawlucha. If not, then we can Rocky Helmet, and if we have our Scarf intact with our Jirachi, then we can just come in and revenge kill the Hawlucha. But this is one of my main answers to being able to try and deal with the Hawlucha. If for some reason he is able to get up to +2 freely with Swords Dance, which the only real thing so far that he could get up a +2 against for free is if my Jirachi is locked into Hidden Power Fire. So obviously I will have to be careful with that. And then finally off, our final team member here is going to be Physically Defensive Prima Arena here. Shouts out to Reverix, I think it's how you pronounce his name. I apologize if I butchered it, but that is our newest member of the front office who suggested to potentially run Protect. Why is this not? Oh, hold on, is this a set? Hold on, what? Okay, so for some reason I had my sets mixed up, but yeah, okay. So this is the actual Primarina set. I don't know why it was messed up there for a second, but yeah, this is our actual Primarina set. Physically defensive with Protect, because this is another one of my main answers to Hawlucha. If it gets up to +2 with the acrobatics, if we're close to max HP, we can tank 1 Adamant +2 acrobatics, and then we can go for the Moonblast to straight Oko it. This is also my best switch in to Darmanitan if he does want to bring it, because Flare Blitz is not a 2-hit KO after Protect or Rocks, which is going to be really good. Energy Ball, of course, is mainly only for the Seismitoad. With our speed investment, if Seismitoad is a minus speed nature with no speed EVs, we are able to outspeed it, which could be very, very nice. Scald, if you look at his draft, is very spammable, like minus the Seismitoad, which we just beat with Energy Ball. We can legitimately just spam Scald against his entire draft. The only issue is that I don't want to burn the Porygon 2. If I'm able to get up T-Spikes and Toxic Porygon 2, then that's going to be absolutely amazing. So I do have to be very careful with that. And then Moonblast, once the Scizor is gone, is basically free to click against his entire draft, because Darmanitan is extremely frail. And then if it's choice, we can protect the Scout out what it goes for. And then Weezing, I think, is guaranteed to a KO by Scald anyways, unless it's for some reason very Spadef bulky. So I'm not at all concerned about that. But yeah, Primarina is mainly here just to check the Darmanitan, but also be a nice backup check to the Hawlucha if it really comes down to it. So yeah, guys, that is going to be our squad for this week of of the APA. Let me know what you guys think about our squad. Let me know in the comment section below if you would have brought exactly what I brought, or if you would have potentially brought some different mons, or what you just would have brought in general. And with that being said, I will see you all tomorrow with the actual battle itself. So thank you all for watching. Later, everybody.
No matter where you're at, I'm not here to make friends, it's time to attack and deplete your HP with a final smash. Don't make me turn around and pull a 6-foot hacks. 6 foot hacks, yeah. 6 foot hacks, yeah. 6 foot hacks.